Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new segment of Toy Wizards, which is Retro Toy Review. And I'm going to be doing these videos on a regular basis here on YouTube. And the toy I wanted to talk about today is so dear to my heart for no reason other than I read it as a comic book a lot as a kid, and that is Rom Space Knight. Let me tell you a little bit about Rom Space Knight. He comes from the planet Gladiator, and they fight dire wraiths. And there's more than just Rom as a Space Knight. There's a bunch of other Space Knights, but he's the best of the best. He's the absolute best Space Knight. Early on in the comic books, they really just threw anything out as a Space Knight, like what will stick, what will work. But in the end, Rom was the #1 Space Knight to fight dire wraiths. And I have the books. So many comic, I can just really do this for a while, books for Rom. In fact, I bought all of these recently just so I could read it again without having to dig up my old Space Knight comics. Nice cover there by Michael Golden. They did a lot of crossovers. Rom went into Jack of Hearts, Hulk, a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of Space Knights. There's Against the Tinker, Destroying a Wedding, Titanium Man. Remember when Rom fought the X-Men? Well, I do. Absolutely loved Rom. He was a toy made by Parker Brothers. What year was this made? I don't even know the answer to that question. 1979! Wow! I don't think the comic books came out in 1979. They must have made the toy and they made the comics? That's kind of weird, but I can see that kind of stuff happening with Marvel. So 1979, this toy came out. I never got it until way, way in the future. Lost it, sold it, got another one, lost that one, and recently got him right now. Oh, it's been a long time, baby, but you're home. How you doing, Rom? He's doing good. He's doing very good. Rom Space Knight is an electronic toy by Parker Brothers, and that means he makes 1980s sounds. Let's see some of those sounds. Press once and press. Flying. You can fly. This all works on a 9-volt battery, which I just happen to have in a junk drawer. Twice. Twice. No, it just wants to do that one. There we go. That's another sound. Makes a lot of different sounds. There's a 2-button combination up here. You have to keep pressing for these things to work. There's a scanner. And so dire wraiths would look like a human, and he would have to analyze them with the analyzer here. And he'd be like, hey, are you a dire wraith? Or, yeah, you are. And then he could change out his gun. So once the analyzer... Let's hope I don't break this. Once the analyzer analyzed it, you would then put on his neutralizer. The neutralizer does not fit in there as well as the analyzer did. Put it back into his giant mitten hands because he didn't have fingers, he just had mitten hands. Now that he had his neutralizer, 1, 2, 3. Nope. Yeah, 1980s. Doesn't always work right. Yeah, now he's not doing any sounds. Yeah, you got some issues there. I can't do anything when everyone's watching. Like, love Space Knight. He also has a universal translator, which he would hold in both of his hands, and then he would play, again, one of those, analyzing sounds if he was trying to figure out what you were going to say. Can you do other sounds? I'm going to turn them on, turn them off again. Turn them on, turn them off again. 1, 2. Maybe broke him. No, he's breathing again. Anyways, the point wasn't that he made sounds and lights. That was a gimmick to sell toys. The point was you read all of these comic books in the 80s. You wanted this toy, but he was gone. It was 1979. These books came out much later. You're like, where's that Rom toy? Well, he's already gone. We did not get another Rom Space Knight toy until, I want to say, in the 2000s, we got a Mighty Mug. And that was just so they could keep the license going for Rom Space Knight. Then in 2017, we got a little Space Knight. This is a 4-inch figure made to go with the current G.I. Joe figures at Hasbro. And they did a giant box set. How big of a box set? Oh, this big. And it had several figures in there, which was IDW's crossover at the time. And they were showing off Action Man, Mask, Visionaries, Roadblock, Rom, Micronauts, which I bought it for Micronauts and Rom. I'll probably keep him. It's nice to have a Mask figure. Why was that figure Jetfire instead of Skywarp when Skywarp was in the comic? They kind of missed the boat on that one. They were like, oh, but Jetfire is so much more popular. But no, we wanted Skywarp because Skywarp was already in comics. All you had to do was put a sticker on it that said G.I. Joe on the Decepticon and it would be great. Are you still making sounds? This is his breathing sound. This is what Rom sounds like when he naps because he has a built-in CCAP machine. And can I change you off of the sleeping? Oh, that might be the actual neutralizer now. Because it has an extra little bump. So now once you find a Dire Wraith, you can just and just blast it off into limbo. He didn't kill them. He blasted them off in limbo, but people often thought, oh no, he just killed that guy for no reason, but you didn't know that your boss was a Dire Wraith. Instructional booklet from 1979. Let's take a look at the box. It took so long to get a box for Rom Space Knight. The plastic was completely eaten away, but you can see plastic in my box. How did you do that, Scott? Simple. Whenever I buy a sheet cake for any kind of event, I keep that giant plastic top. I then cut that top to fit in any box I need, and bam, you've got a new lining for your box because they put in cellophane. Like it ripped apart and disintegrated over years. His equipment includes Universal Translator, Analyzer, and then his Neutralizer. Neutralizer is what shoots the Dire Wraiths into limbo. He's got electronics that light up in his face, in his chest, and rockets in his back. And I don't know if his rockets actually work on this. I think the guy said it didn't. Nope, they work. Yep, he's got butt blasters. Awesome. Rom Space Knight, people. This is a toy of the generations. There's only 3 known toys to exist for Rom Space Knight, and there's a lot of fans like me that, for whatever reason, mostly reading the comics by Marvel, that we just really love this character. And the IDW put out some new books, and then they stopped. Let's hope we can get some more Rom at some point in the future. A movie would be nice. I'm just so happy I've got my toys. He's not a Cylon. He's a Space Knight. Rom Space Knight, everybody. This has been a retro toy review by Toy Wizards. That's toy-wizards.com for your daily toy news. I'm your host, Scott Zillner. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you again on another time. What's that? Yes, I should tell them. By the way, if you want to catch Rom on a regular basis, he's on the Secret Compartment on Instagram, and we'll show you one of their links here in the comments. So, want to see Rom more? Watch the Secret Compartment on Instagram. Thank you for watching Toy Wizards, and this has been a retro toy review.